जी, औज़ुबिल्लाहिमिनश्शैतानिर्रजीम, बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। Welcome to the class of data science course.
अच्छा, तो आज की क्लास में ना हम थियोरेटिकली एआई, एमएल और डीएल को थोड़ा सा मैं एक्सप्लेन करूंगा। और फिर मैंने एक वीडियो ढूंढी हुई है इंटरनेट से जो कि बहुत अच्छे से आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस, मशीन लर्निंग और डीप लर्निंग को बहुत अच्छे से एक्सप्लेन कर रही है। वो वीडियो मैं चला दूंगा और आप सेशन के दौरान वो वीडियो को देख सकते हैं। अच्छा, आज के लेक्चर का हमारा मकसद है आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस, मशीन लर्निंग और डीप लर्निंग को आपको सिर्फ समझा दूं वो चीज़ें होती क्या है। सही है। तो आपकी आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस बेसिकली मेरे हिसाब से, मैं ना एआई का फुल फॉर्म आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस मानता ही नहीं हूँ। मेरे हिसाब से एआई है ऑगमेंटेड इंटेलिजेंस। ऑगमेंटेड इंटेलिजेंस का मतलब ये हुआ कि ऐसा कोई सॉफ्टवेयर, ऐसा कोई हार्डवेयर जो कि ह्यूमन को काम करने में रिप्लेस नहीं कर रहा, बल्कि ह्यूमन को काम करने में ज्यादा उसका काम स्पीड अप कर रहा हो, उसको हेल्प करके, उसको ऑगमेंट करके स्पीड अप करना, दैट इज आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस। सही है। और आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस के अंदर एक सबसेट है मशीन लर्निंग। मशीन लर्निंग क्या करता है? मशीन लर्निंग के पास डाटा आया, डाटा के ऊपर ट्रेन हुआ, उसके हिसाब से वो फ्यूचर प्रेडिक्शंस करता है। मशीन लर्निंग। सही है। डीप लर्निंग क्या करता है? डीप लर्निंग एक स्टेप आगे जाता है, वो इमेजेस और हर तरीके के डाटा के ऊपर वो, उसको सिर्फ डाटा में प्रोवाइड करना है, वो ट्रेनिंग भी खुद ब खुद कर लेता है। और प्रिडिक्शन के लिए हम सिर्फ उसको एक चीज, एक पैरामीटर देंगे, भाई ये चीज मुझे प्रिडिक्ट करके दे दे, तो डीप लर्निंग आपको प्रिडिक्ट करके दे देगा। डीप लर्निंग के अंदर आपके न्यूरॉन्स का कॉन्सेप्ट होता है। आपके पास मशीन लर्निंग के अंदर न्यूरॉन्स का कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं होता। डीप लर्निंग आपके ह्यूमन के ब्रेन को ना बिल्कुल रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा होता है। आप उसके अंदर आर्टिफिशियली न्यूरॉन्स बनाते हैं और उसके बेसिस के ऊपर आपकी प्रिडिक्शन वगैरह हो रही होती है। मशीन लर्निंग के अंदर आप सिर्फ एक बेसिक एल्गोरिथम इस्तेमाल करते हैं और वो उसके ऊपर प्रेडिक्शन कर रहा होता है। सही है। वो एल्गोरिथम की मदद से प्रेडिक्शन कर रहा होता है जो आप डाटा प्रोवाइड करते हैं। तो इसको और मजीद अच्छे तरीके से समझने के लिए मैंने एक वीडियो निकाली हुई है। अब मैं वो वीडियो चलाने जा रहा हूँ ताकि आप सबको बहुत अच्छे से मशीन लर्निंग, डीप लर्निंग और डीप इन सब का कनेक्शन क्या है डाटा साइंस से, आपको बहुत अच्छे से समझ आ जाएगा।
We are going to discuss about what is machine learning, what is machine learning, what is the relationship between, what is the relationship between machine learning, deep learning, and artificial intelligence. And later we will discuss about what are the requirements to learn data science, what are the requirements to learn data science. And also I will explain, so what is the future if you learn machine learning or data science and artificial intelligence courses? What are the roles, or how is your career if you choose data science? If you choose data science. So this is the agenda for today. Today we will see the basic introduction session, and later sessions we will see how to prepare the data sets, how to start with actual data machine learning algorithms. So I am Yaganti Shudu, working as a data scientist, and you can find my related videos in this www.cfamily.com, or you can also find videos on YouTube also. So first we will start with machine learning. Machine learning. So what is the meaning of machine learning? The name itself it is telling machine is learning. Machine is learning. Then immediately I will get a question, how the machine will learn. The immediate question is how the machine will learn. how the machine will learn. The immediate question for me is how the machine will learn. For example, as a human being, as a human being, let us say, for example, Aravind went for some interview, machine learning interview. Aravind, some ex person went for interview for machine learning or data science or any interview. Then what he will do first, he will learn something about the codes, machine learning topics. He will search over internet or he will attend some course or he will get complete overview of machine learning. He will attend first interview. In the interview, they ask some 10 questions. Out of 10 questions, he may be able to answer. Let us say 5 questions he is able to answer. Remaining 5 questions he is completely new. And second interview, he will attend the interview. In the second interview, again they ask some 10 to 12 questions. Out of 10 to 12 questions, he is able to answer some 7 questions because already he is an experience with the previous data. Whatever the new questions they asked, he gone through the over internet or course. So he learned some more questions. Now he is able to answer some 7 questions. Again, he will attend some third interview. Again, they ask some 10 to 12 questions. Now he is able to answer some 8 questions. Like this, he attended some interviews. At the fifth interview, now he is able to answer minimum 10 to, if out of 10 questions, he is able to answer some 9 questions. Let us. As a human being, he gone through the some course and he is learning from some course or some book and he is able to answer the questions and from the previous history. Means he is learning from the some course or topic and then he is able to answer. Nothing but as a human being, we gone through some previous data, we are attending that interview or attending something and then I'm able to answer or I'm able to learn the topic. Now, now, so next thing is machine. So machine I cannot say go through some textbook and learn something and then you can get the knowledge. For machine I cannot say go through some textbook and go through some interview or go through some instructions of the some person and let us perform those instructions. I cannot say like that. Means what plays an important role for machine is learning. Machine to learn. Machine to learn. Here, data plays an important role. One important part of machine learning is data. Without data, there is nothing like machine learning or data science or artificial intelligence or deep learning. Whatever you will take, you require the heart of machine learning is data. I can say, I can conclude like data is heart of machine learning. Heart of machine learning. Without data, there is nothing like machine learning or deep learning or data science or artificial intelligence. If I wanted to learn something, means if I wanted to make machine to learn something, then definitely I require data. So what is data here? I'm telling data. So what is the data? Let us say an example. I wanted to identify diabetes patients. I wanted to identify diabetes patients. For this, I gone through some clinics or some hospitals. I got some 1,000 patients records. 1,000 patients records. Out of 1,000 patients records, some 700 patients having diabetes and some 300 patients, there is no diabetes. There is no diabetes. So what is my requirement is, I need to design my machine. So here machine, we are going to call it as a model. I need to design a model. To design a model, there are a lot of algorithms. In the next two sessions, we will start one by one how to make, how to learn from the data. So there are algorithms are there. There are a lot of algorithms like classification and regression. There are a lot of algorithms are there. Once if I finish our course, then you know when and where to apply classification, regression, and supervised learning algorithms. So there are a lot of algorithms are there. So when and where to apply, we will see one by one with practical use cases. I need to design a model. For this model, if I give input, it has to identify the output. It has to predict the output. In order to predict the output, we are designing one model by using algorithms. For this model, if I give input, it is going to predict the future output. The concept is simple. I need data. Without data, we cannot do anything. Some previous historical data required. For example, this is one example, healthcare domain example. Now let us say current situation, corona situation. How the doctors are identifying whether the person is having corona or not. So they are doing testing, they are taking samples, and those samples, so how they are identifying means already the model is trained with a lot of corona patients, and they observe the behavior. So if these are the characteristics in that sample, then the patient is a corona patient. If there is no such behavior, then there is no corona. Means the model is trained such that with the previous historical data, they are having a lot of lakhs of records or crores of records. If you say around 5 crores or more than 5 crores reached corona patients, means they will get a lot of samples. Out of those samples, they are already predicted if these are the features in that sample, then it will be corona positive. If there is no such like behavior, then there is no corona. Means like that we need to train our model. If I give the input, it has to predict the future output. If I give the input, it has to predict the future output. That is the concept of machine learning. Machine to learn, we need historical data. Historical data. In machine learning terms, we are going to tell it as a data sets. We are going to call it as a data sets. How to collect the data sets, those we will see in the later sessions. Actual practical session will start from tomorrow. And currently in this session, we will see the basic history of machine learning. So now, one more example we will see for machine learning. So all are having Gmail accounts. I hope so. All are having Gmail accounts. So if you observe your Gmail, so there is columns like inbox, spam, social, and so on. If you observe your Gmail account, there is columns like inbox, spam, social, and so on. So then, so if you observe your Gmail, you can find, so there are the columns like inbox, spam, social, and so on. If I get some email, it will be placed in the corresponding folder. So it is categorizing it as a inbox or outbox or sent folder, spam, and so on. So how it is categorizing? The question is how it is categorizing. Here we can say the model is email. It is trained with a lot of data. It is trained with a lot of data. Like if I give input here, if I get any email, I am able to classify this as a spam or social or and so on. I am able to classify. How it is classified means already Gmail software. So they are having a lot of records, history of emails, like lakhs of emails or crores of emails they are having. And from that emails, for example, let us say X person got email, you won some 1 crore or 10 crores rupees. So immediately if it finds, Gmail finds these kind of emails, this is putting in spam. Why? So these are the fraud emails which we will get from other persons. They are making fraud. If you pay something, you will one lottery of 10 crores, we will place in your account. Like that, we are getting some spam emails. So our Gmail, it is already trained with those kind of emails. Once if I receive an input, just it will place whether it is an inbox or whether it will be a spam folder and so on. For example, if you get particular domain like at the rate of some Python Academy dot com, something like, if I get some particular domain, so definitely it is related, it is not a spam folder, it will place it in a inbox folder. Because if we get a means proper email from any domain, it will place it in a inbox folder. Like that, it is having intelligence for a Gmail. It is able to classify the given inputs. Here also machine learning is involved. Machine learning involved. Machine learning is involved. And one more simple example I will give you. Let us say all are, I hope so, all are having smartphones. All are having smartphones. In the smartphones, if you see here, so there is a lot of smartphones. So there is a feature like if you scan your face, it will detect what gender you are. It is going to detect gender and age and so on. So how it is detecting means it is trained with a lot of images, male images, female images, and based on the pixels of your face, it is able to identify what is your age also. Nothing but, so here also training, the model is trained, the model is smartphone, some software is installed in that smartphone. So if you give your face as an input per model, it will classify gender and age. This is one more example. Like this, there are hundreds, thousands of examples for machine learning. And as part of our course, we will discuss for each and every algorithm, we are going to discuss lot of use cases. Lot of use cases we are going to discuss as part of machine learning course. This is about machine learning. Now you have a rough idea what is machine learning. Machine learning is nothing but machine is learning. Machine is learning. What machine will learn means data. So what machine will learn is data. And here the important point is once if you train your model and your app is going to call it as a smart application. So when you are going to make your model to learn something and before model training, model don't have any knowledge. Model don't have any knowledge. Don't have any knowledge. Once if you train your model, once if you train your model, once if you train your model will get the knowledge. Model will get the knowledge. That model we are going to call it as smart application. Smart application. Smart application. With this smart application, if I give the input for this model, input, and for this model, it is able to predict the output. It is able to predict the output. Predict the output. Model is machine learning concept is very simple. If I give the input, it is able to predict the output. Now you can understand. So what is machine learning? And we are going to discuss what is the relationship between machine learning, deep learning, and artificial intelligence as part of today's session. As I told, so first I covered what is machine learning. Now we will see, so what is the relationship between machine learning, deep learning, and artificial intelligence. Now in this session, we are going to see the topic like what is the relationship between machine learning, between machine learning, deep learning, and artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence. So most of the people will confuse where to start. Whether I need to start with machine learning or directly I can go for deep learning, or whether I need to start with artificial intelligence. So there is a confusion where I need to start. So now I will clear all your confusions from this session. So first of all, what is the relationship between machine learning, deep learning, and artificial intelligence? I will represent in a pictorial representation. So overall concept, we are going to call it as artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence. In artificial intelligence, the subpart is machine learning. The subpart is machine learning. Machine learning. And in machine learning, subpart is deep learning. Subset is deep learning. The relationship is looking like this. Artificial intelligence. In artificial intelligence, subset is machine learning. And in machine learning, subset is deep learning. Machine learning is subset of artificial intelligence, and deep learning is a subset of machine learning. So relationship between machine learning, deep learning, and artificial intelligence is machine learning is a subset of artificial intelligence, and deep learning is a subset of machine learning. Then, so first I need to know when to apply machine learning, when to apply deep learning, and when to apply artificial intelligence. Machine learning, already we saw lot of examples. I require the data and I will give the input for the model. Model is going to predict the future output. So that is machine learning. And deep learning. Let us say I will give two examples. Then I will explain when to use machine learning, when to use deep learning. The first example, I am having lot of pictures of male and female pictures. So this is one example. And second example is like this. I am having pictures of twin brothers or twin sisters. Twin brothers, twin sisters, twin sisters. In which case, which will be useful? So first case, whether I need to apply deep learning or machine learning, and in the second case, whether I need to apply deep learning or machine learning. So first case, if you see male and female pictures, you are going to find there will be the lot of differences for the male and female pictures. Like if you see hairstyle may be different, hairstyle we can find the difference, and dressing sense we can find the difference, and like this there will be lot of differences you can find between the male and female pictures. The first case, so the differences are more, similarities are less, similarities are less in the first case. And in the second case, twin brothers or twin sisters, if you find lot of twin brothers having the same features, more similarities will be there. Similarities are more, similarities are more, differences are less. Differences are less. Similarities are more, differences are less. Then, so I will say that when similarities are less or differences are more, differences are more, similarities are less, similarities are less, then go for machine learning. Go for machine learning. And second case, when differences are less or when similarities are more, differences are less, differences are less, then go for deep learning. Deep learning. Actually, what is deep learning? Why I need to apply deep learning? So whenever patterns are simple, or if you are able to identify the exact behavior in the data, I have some 1000 records or 10,000 records. If I am able to find the actual behavior, in that case, patterns are simple, then you can go for machine learning. If patterns are more complex, patterns are more complex, then go for deep learning. Then go for deep learning. If patterns are simple, go for machine learning. And if patterns are more complex, then go for deep learning. Actually, what we are going to do in deep learning. So deep learning, or we can also call it as neural networks. Neural networks. Let us say human brain. So it is similar to human brain. So what is neuron? So in human brain structure, so human brain structure, if you see images, there will be lot of neurons will be there in human brain. So there will be lot of neurons will be there in human brain. So neural network is nothing but collection of neurons. So what is there means whether I need to design like this structure? No. Absolutely. The question is we are not going to design any physical part in our machine learning or deep learning. But what is neuron? I need to design a structure like this. So what is deep learning is nothing but it is a kind of neural network. It is a neural network. So what we are going to do means here, so if it is a machine learning, so for machine, we are going to give the input and we are able to predict the output. We are going to give the input, we are able to predict the output. So this is simple machine learning. Machine learning. In case of deep learning, in addition to input and output, we are having the same structure like neurons. So this will be the input and output. In addition to input and output, we are having lot of hidden layers like neuron-like structures. So in addition to input and output, we are having one more layer called as hidden layers. This is called as, this we are going to call it as neurons. Neurons means whenever if I am not able to find the exact pattern in the given data set, then apply more hidden layers, more functionalities. What is hidden layer? We will see later. Means we need to apply more layers in addition to input and output prediction. We need to apply more functions, then we can get actual behavior. So for example, in case of twin brothers, how the parent will know which is younger, which is elder means they observe deeply. So here deep learning means deeply we need to observe. Deeply we need to learn. So deep learning is nothing but we need to deeply observe, we need to deeply learn the behavior. In order to deeply learn the behavior, we are going to design multiple layers. In order to deeply learn the behavior, we are going to design multiple layers. Those layers we are going to call it as hidden layers. So wherever complexity is more, then we need to apply deep learning. Wherever it is simple pattern, directly we are going to apply machine learning algorithms. Now, so the next complete thing we are going to call it as artificial intelligence. In the artificial intelligence only machine learning and deep learning are the subsets. Next comes to the point, what is artificial intelligence? The name itself it is telling artificially made intelligence. Artificially made intelligence. Intelligence. The perfect example, how many saw that Robo film? I don't know. The perfect example, if we go and saw this Robo cinema, that is perfect example of artificial intelligence. We need to design a brain which will artificially made that will behave like a human being. So that will behave like a human being. But here the disadvantage is how you are going to train that will perform the same action. So it will be dependent on the training. Dependent on the training. If I made so that robo in a good manner, it will work in a good manner. If I made the bad instructions, it will behave in a bad way. If you see the robo part one, first part, so first 1 hour or 1.5 hours, it will be in the under control of Rajnikant. It will behave in a good manner. Whenever in the second part, villain, so they are going to give the different instructions, it will behave in a wrong way. Means nothing but so based on how you are going to try, it will behave in the same way. So the instructions will be more perfect, then only it will behave in a correct way. And one more example, self-driving cars. Self-driving cars. Let us say, if I wanted to design a self-driving car, it should behave like human brain. So if speed breakers comes, then it has to go slowly. If traffic lights comes, it behaves as per traffic light. Means if it is a red light, it has to stop. It is a green light, it has to go. and so on. It has to think in a complete human brain. So then only we can say it is artificially made. And so there are a lot of restaurants nowadays, they are serving the food through the robots only. So there are a lot of costly. If you go for the 5 star or more than 5 star restaurants, there you can find the restaurants. The robot is serving the food. Just we need to place the order, then robo will get back the food and they will serve the food. Already this robo design already started. Nothing but we need to design artificially made intelligence. So that is nothing but artificial intelligence. The final part comes under artificial intelligence. If you know machine learning, if you know deep learning, that nothing but we can able to implement artificial intelligence. In order to implement artificial intelligence, you require machine learning and deep learning. Google already designed one self-driving bicycle, self-driving bicycle. So if you see here, without human intervention, it is going to run. Okay, all videos. So Google already designed this self-driving bicycle. So without human intervention, it is going to run. Just a minute, I'm waiting for this video to play. Without human intervention, it will run. So just it will run. So like complete human brain, it has to think. So the complete means how a human being will think. We need to design the artificially made intelligence by using our machine learning or deep learning or any other training models. This is how our artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning is related. We are going to discuss what are the requirements to learn a data science or machine learning or artificial intelligence or any other thing. What are the requirements? To learn a data science or machine learning course, data science, so the requirements are like this. It required minimum one programming knowledge. I will suggest 100% that you can proceed with only Python. So other programming languages, why and why not, why only Python? Maybe if required, I will show you some 10 minutes class in tomorrow's session. So why I am choosing Python only for machine learning. So that we will discuss some 10 minutes in tomorrow's session. So one programming knowledge is required. One programming knowledge. I will suggest only Python. I will suggest Python. Even you can go with Java or .NET or any other programming language, C++ or any other language. But so there, if you are writing some 100 lines of code, but in Python, I can implement with some 5 to 10 lines of code. So whatever the code you are writing, that we can reduce by using Python. If I am writing in other some X programming language 100 lines, I can implement the same with some 5 to 10 lines of code in Python. So that much powerful Python. That's why I will suggest go with Python for machine learning course. One programming knowledge is required. Next, and algorithms. Algorithms. Algorithm. So we are going to discuss as part of this course. We are going to discuss a lot of algorithms like ML algorithms, classification, regression, and so on. We are going to discuss a lot of algorithms as part of this course, and we require some mathematical knowledge. Mathematical knowledge. So that basically it requires some statistics, algebra, matrices, arrays, vectors. So those will comes under algebra. So that mathematical knowledge also I will provide as part of this course. And so web scraping is one part of in data science. Web scraping. Web scraping. So what is web scraping means collecting the data from different websites. As I know, machine learning requires data collection. So this web scraping plays an important role. If you wanted to collect the data from multiple websites, then web scraping plays a major role. So web scraping is nothing but collecting the data from multiple sources. And one visualization tool. So enter the entire data. If I wanted to represent in a visualization, some bar chart, line chart, or any other chart, some visualization tool. Visualization tool. Like so Tableau or Power BI and so on. And if you want only charting process, that is line chart or bar chart, so our Python library like Matplotlib or CBar is enough. So no need to go for any other visualization tool. If you wanted to represent some charting process, then so this visualization, Python library, Matplotlib or CBar will plays a major role. So these are the things you need to learn as part of data science.
हेलो। सो आई होप आपको थोड़ी बहुत तो मेरे ख्याल से सवालात तो होंगे आप सबको, लेकिन मैक्सिमम चीज़ें क्लियर हो गई होंगी। अच्छा, जैसे वीडियो में कहा गया मशीन लर्निंग के बारे में, डीप लर्निंग के बारे में और आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस के बारे में, हम नेक्स्ट क्लास के अंदर इसको हैंड्स ऑन प्रैक्टिस करके पढ़ेंगे पाइथन के जरिए। पाइथन के अंदर एसके लर्न की लाइब्रेरी है, मैं टेंसर फ्लो को भी आपको थोड़ा सा टच दूंगा, टेंसर फ्लो का भी, और सुपरवाइज्ड और अनसुपरवाइज्ड एल्गोरिथम्स को भी हम थोड़ा सा टच करेंगे। इन दिस कोर्स मैं आपको सुपरवाइज्ड लर्निंग के एक दो एल्गोरिथम्स को टच दूंगा, अनसुपरवाइज्ड के एक दो एल्गोरिथम्स का आपको टच दूंगा, और टेंसर फ्लो के कुछ एल्गोरिथम्स का आपको टच दूंगा। बाकी सारी चीजें आपको खुद को एक्सप्लोर करनी होगी। ऑब्वियसली आपको सब चीजों का रेफरेंस मिल जाएगा, बिल्कुल क्लियर रेफरेंस मिल जाएगा। और हम फाइनली 2 वीक्स बाद एक फाइनल प्रोजेक्ट करेंगे जिसके अंदर अभी तक जो जो हमने पढ़ा है ना वो सारा कुछ इंक्लूड होगा। चलो, अल्लाह हाफिज। अपने रिश्तेदारों और अपने गिरदे नवाज लोगों का ख्याल रखिएगा। अल्लाह हाफिज। अल्लाह ने के बाद।